So today, we're going to look at the future through the eyes of someone who is literally building it, Demis Hassabis, the CEO of Google DeepMind. He's right at the front of the pack in the race to build artificial general intelligence, or AGI. And if you ask him, that finish line is a whole lot closer than most of us think. So let's break down what that future might look like, starting with his own pretty shocking production. And there it is, right off the bat. That's not some sci-fi writer. That's the head of one of the most important AI labs in the world, giving us even odds, 50-50, that true AGI shows up within a decade. That one prediction right there changes everything. It makes this whole conversation not some far-off academic debate, but something incredibly urgent that we all need to be talking about right now. So before we get into the incredible promise and, the terrifying peril of all this, we've got to be crystal clear on what we're even talking about. What exactly is AGI? Now, what's really interesting about how Hassabis defines this is the benchmark he uses. The goal isn't just to be smart in a vacuum. The goal is to match the sheer breadth and flexibility of the human mind. Because, it's the only example of general intelligence we've ever seen. It's about building something that can learn, reason, and create across any and all domains, just like a person can. And this is just a perfect illustration of why we aren't there yet. Today's AI is this strange, almost bizarre mix of genius and total incompetence. It can literally win a gold medal in an international math competition, but then completely faceplant on a basic high school problem. That inconsistency proves it isn't truly thinking or generalizing. Real AGI would be solid and capable, right? Across the board. Closing that weird gap, well, that's the whole game. So if we do it, if and when we actually close that gap, what's waiting for us on the other side? For Hassabis, the answer isn't just a little more progress. It's a future of almost unbelievable human flourishing. He calls it radical abundance. And this isn't just about having more money or more stuff. It's about fundamentally rewiring our entire society, where the basic limits that have defined all of human history, scarcity of energy, resources, even health, are finally solved. And look, this isn't just wishful thinking. Hassabis' team at DeepMind already proved this is possible. They used AI with AlphaFold to solve the protein folding problem, which was a massive deal in science. He sees that as just the first step. AGI could be the key to unlocking cures for diseases like Alzheimer's, cracking the code on nuclear fusion for limitless clean energy, basically solving problems we currently think are impossible. Okay, to make this less abstract, let's take a very real, very serious problem that's getting worse every single year: access to clean water. We actually know how to solve this. We can take seawater and turn it into fresh water through desalination. The problem isn't the technology, it's the energy bill. It takes a colossal amount of power, which makes it way too expensive for the very countries that need it the most. So you see, the water problem is actually an energy problem in disguise. And this is where it all just clicks into place. If AGI helps us unlock cheap, clean, and abundant energy, like fusion, then suddenly the cost of desalination just plummets. All of a sudden, water is no longer this scarce resource we have to fight over. AGI solves the root problem, energy, and that solution cascades down to solve countless other huge issues, maybe even reducing the chances of future wars. But, and this is a huge but, with that utopian vision comes an equally powerful and frankly terrifying dystopian risk. Concentrating this much power into a single technology creates an unprecedented race for control, and the stakes could not be higher. Hassabis really worries about two main things. First, the obvious one: bad actors, rogue nations, or even just individuals using this tech to do terrible things. But the second one, well, that might be even scarier. It's the technical risk of creating something so powerful, so able to act on its own, that our safety measures just fail, and we lose control. This feeds right into a massive geopolitical dilemma. There's this idea called a hard takeoff scenario. The first group to get to AGI could use it to improve itself so fast that a lead of just a few days becomes an absolutely unbeatable advantage. That one country or company would have more power than the rest of the world combined. And that's why the race to be first is so unbelievably intense. So get this. This is the crucial point. Even one of the top technologists on the entire planet thinks the human element, the politics, the fact that we can't seem to cooperate, the race for dominance, might actually be a harder problem to solve than building the AGI itself. So with all of this massive stuff happening on a global scale, what does it mean for us, as individuals? what's going to happen to our jobs? For the next 5 or 10 years, Hassabis thinks AI is going to act mostly as a force multiplier. It's not here to replace you. It's here to be an incredible tool that just supercharges your productivity. He even talks about a golden era, where a single person, armed with these tools, can be almost superhuman in what they can create and produce. But even in a world where AGI could do everything, there's a big difference between what's possible and what we actually want. He gives this great example. We might want an AI doctor because of its superhuman ability to diagnose things. But would we want a robot nurse? Probably not. That human touch, the empathy, the care in that role, that's something we'll probably always choose to keep for ourselves. So what's his advice for anyone entering the workforce right now? It's pretty simple. It's threefold. 1, immerse yourself. Just start using these tools until you're a total native. 2, understand how they're actually built. Study science, tech, engineering, math, and programming. And 3, master the craft of using them. Become an expert at fine-tuning and prompting to squeeze every last drop of performance out of these systems. Ultimately, when you put it all together, the immense promise on one side, the existential peril on the other, you realize that developing AGI is way more than just a technological challenge. It's a challenge for all of humanity. At its very core, Hassabis's whole philosophy rests on this one big idea. For all of human history, we've lived and operated in a zero-sum world. We fight over land, water, energy, things that are finite. My gain is often your loss. He argues this feeling of scarcity is the root cause of so much of our conflict. AGI is the technical key that could unlock radical abundance and finally let us break free from that zero-sum game. But, and this is the catch, the technology alone isn't enough. It requires us as a society to adopt a whole new mindset. We have to choose collaboration over conflict, we have to make sure this abundance is shared, and we have to move into a non-zero-sum future together. And this might be his most powerful statement. He looks at all the huge challenges facing the world, climate change, disease, war, and he sees AI not just as another problem to add to that list, but as a potential meta-solution. A tool so powerful it could help us solve all the other problems, if we can just get it right. Which leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? AGI might be the key to unlocking a future of unimaginable abundance and human flourishing, but it also presents this monumental test of our wisdom, our ability to cooperate, and our control. The technology could help us solve our greatest problems, but can we, as a species, first solve the problem of the technology itself?